Out of her element. After her last adventure 100 years in the future on the planet of Zemius, Riley felt herself tumbling through the time machine portal once again, unsure where she'd land. A few minutes later, she fell onto a soft mat in a dark room surrounded by a group of Asian girls roughly her same age. They appeared to be sleeping, and when one of them shifted restlessly, Riley turned her body to the side to hide her identity. She peered into the inky darkness, trying to discern her whereabouts, but all she could see was the faint outline of the moon through the paper-thin shutters of the room. Waiting until everyone's breathing returned to normal, she raised herself up off her mat and crept toward the exit door, sliding it open slowly. Peering outside into the empty courtyard, she surveyed the bowed roofs of the surrounding buildings and the immaculately groomed garden trickling water under an arched footbridge. In the distance, soaring mountains loomed over the landscape like giant citadels. Not recognizing any sign of activity, she considered wandering outside to find a place to hide. But she had no idea where she would go or how to support herself, and for the time being at least, the other girls in her impromptu dorm room seemed harmless. Besides, she was buck naked and white as a sheet in the light of the full moon. Looking around for a place to stash her time machine, she placed it behind a rock in the garden next to the door. "Where are you going?" one of the girls whispered behind her back in native Japanese. Riley swung around, and when the girl recognized her Western features, her eyes suddenly widened and she gasped. "Who are you, and how did you get into our academy?" the girl said. By now the rest of girls had stirred from their sleep, and when they noticed the intruder, they leapt from their beds assuming a defensive martial arts pose. "Sorry," Riley said in fluent Japanese. "I seem to be lost. I'm not sure how I got here exactly." She knew no one would believe her improbable story of traveling through time, but she was happy that her time machine had given her the ability to speak the local language. "But you're not from around here," the pretty Asian girl said. "No," Riley said. "I'm from America." "America?" the girl said, raising her eyebrows. "What in heaven's name brought you all the way up here into the mountains?" Riley paused for a long moment, unsure how to explain herself while she peered back at the group of girls poised to attack her at the slightest provocation. "Maybe she's a Rezu," the tallest girl sneered, running her eyes up and down Riley's naked body. "Trying to spy on us while we're sleeping." "We should report her to the Shihan," another one nodded, glancing toward the tall girl. "He'll know what to do with her." Seeing Riley trembling in the doorway, the tall girl relaxed her posture and sauntered over to Riley's side, sliding the back of her hand over the side of her exposed breast and down the edge of her bare hip. "Or perhaps we should show her some special Japanese hospitality before the light comes up," she grinned. "I've heard these Western girls are quite the minks in the sack." As much as Riley was attracted to the sight of 8 Japanese girls dressed in flimsy Yakuza pajamas, she felt uncomfortable by the posture of the group slowly closing in around her. "Please," she said, crossing her hands over.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?